yeah, update on this. So everything has been done, sorted out. The steering that was having issue, sorted out. So this is what I was able to do to cover this. It's not necessarily a permanent solution because when you close the bonnet, it's touching here. This is too high. I don't know how to press it down. So this is for EW10G4 throttle body cover. So this is what I did. From here, get it to this point, to the oil filler cover. Then this one here, and you take manifold under goes here. So of course it still has the coolant line or water line to the carburetor. So we'll see. Let me start. First time we are doing this sound. Okay. The starter is wobbling a little. So this is the mileage. The engine is done. That is 156,059 kilometers. So I'll start the counting from now. So the trip meter, let me reset it. So 000. So the first 500 kilometers, I will change the oil, we'll reset the valves, then do another 500 kilometers, then change the engine oil to semi-synthetic, which is 10W40. So I'm going to do the engine braking period for 1,000 kilometers. So which I'm going to use 20W50 mineral oil to do. So first 500 kilometers is going to run on the 20W50, which is currently in the engine. Then the next 500 kilometers, I'll change the oil filter, reset the valve. It will also do use the 20W50. Once the second 500 kilometer braking period completes, then I will change to semi-synthetic 10W40, and then I can now accelerate the engine higher. Unfortunately, the RPM doesn't work well, the tachometer. If not, it would help so that I will maintain 3,000 maximum RPM, so I don't go over it for this braking period. But we'll see. So yeah. So I'm going with the car today. So we'll go and see how it goes. So I'm going to monitor this Solex 3235 MIMSA to see how it does. If it doesn't perform well, I may consider putting back the 3434 Z1. Then we'll see, you never know. Maybe I might like this one. So this 504 station wagon is for sale. So this is the update on the 505 ST. So the engine, I would say so far works well. No more smoke, no more oil burn, except this carburetor, which is 3235 MIMSA Solex. It doesn't smoke, no black smoke, which is like the first time this car has ever driven this car without it smoking. Even when he had that new single barrel carburetor, it was still smoking, especially at higher RPM, still blew out black smoke. So this one has solved that problem, no more black smoke. But the issue is, it has two issues. Number one, it stalls randomly. as in almost every few less than a minute it will just go up. Once you stop accelerating, boom, it will go up. You know, there's nothing I've not done. Even this one, did everything, change it, put another one. No matter how you do that, you get it right, tune it, it will stay stable at idle. Drive it for a few minutes before you know it, boom. Once you stop accelerating, boom, it goes off. Also, when you put on AC, it hardly engine stays on, and to the point that even the shock is almost gone. Let me show you guys. The shock is almost closed. You couldn't run properly with the shock open like this, which is the right way. I've got it to the point that you can see it's almost closed. If you leave it like this, it will idle well. But once you power AC, it will just doing so. The carburetor has some problems. So these two issues, I don't know. Got a point I could remember I was driving, and got a corner, basically a junction. So I was turning to enter the other side of the road. The car stalled, and the steering was already turned. Immediately he switched off. What I mean by stalling is the car will go off on its own. As he went off, so for me to restart the car, the the steering wheel locked. Wow, it was dangerous. And the car, remember immediately it happened, the car went off, the brake pedal became stiff. So the brake became ineffective, and the car went off, and the steering locked. It was just going on one. In fact, there was one Toyota Hiace that was coming towards. I was surprised I didn't hit the vehicle. He didn't even know what was going on. I was just coming straight to the car. I couldn't tell for. So it's just too dangerous to keep driving this carburetor. I don't know whether to make another attempt to see if I can be able to find out. I think it's an internal issue. That's one thing with buying second-hand carburetors, because most times people get rid of them when they become this problematic. Well, that was my loss, and I didn't buy it cheap. So I most likely will be going back to this carburetor. This is a new one. One thing with all these new carburetors that I realized, they always emit blast smoke. Because they are copies, they are not actually genuine ones. So this one actually do stall every once in a while, but at least more stable compared to this. This one is, but it actually proven what I've also said, that one thing about this carburetor, the idea of blast smoke, that's one thing I know this carburetor is good at. It doesn't emit blast smoke at all. So it's just that this one has one fundamental problem, to the point that even the shock is almost closed completely. Still, you couldn't be able to hold idle. If I want to AC with this, it's almost impossible. I don't know. I could make an attempt to see if there will be improvement. If not, for now I could just swap back this new Solis 3434 Z1. I mean, the only time you emit blast smoke is at higher RPM. So meaning this one will consume more fuel than this, the way this one runs. Like I said, this one, the problem is just, it doesn't matter whether I change the main jet, primary or secondary. It's just the design. It wasn't proper. I don't know if I know it would have been different if I was able to get a genuine new one. There are some that are lucky they may get those copies, and they will work very well, In fact, this is like the best among the new ones I've gotten so far. I've used this one. So there are new ones. There's a new one I tried, it was the worst. Even single barrel carburetor new one, still the blast smoke was also there. So of course, blast smoke means too much fuel. So, but as it is, I would rather the car to start consuming more fuel than trying not to consume more fuel and end up having a terrible accident. It was that bad. If it just went off and the steering locked, the brake became stiff. It was just heading in one direction. I couldn't turn it back because the car was coming close. So Me, to unlock the steering means I have to turn the steering more towards the vehicle. It was that bad. And I couldn't stop the car because the brake pedal was stiff, so the car was already in motion. It was that bad. So anyway, so that's next thing. I may put this one back and figure it out. I'll give it another attempt. If it continues, I'll just mount this one and live with that until I figure out another way to deal with it, the issue. As you can see, I've already started the fan, electric fan project, but I'll do that in a separate video. I might let me not talk about it on this video. So far, just wanted to give you guys update. The power now, the car drives. Oh man, the way the movement is now, the acceleration, the full engine power is back. Even though it's still under braking period, I hardly even accelerate that much. But man, even at lower RPM, it still moves effortlessly. So the only thing now I need is the rear differential. I can still tell it doesn't really, it's kind of dragging the car a little or dulling the movement a little, but it's okay. I'll still look into that. So that's the update. I'll carry you guys along as the work continues. And there are some issues that came up after the engine rebuild, but it's something probably in a separate video. I'll discuss them as time goes on. But so far so good. Alright, so like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.